There are two mindsets that a lot of us experience that are so ingrained in us and so automatic, we might not even realize they're happening. But those two mindsets are probably costing you a lot of money, a lot of time, and making your home more messy and difficult to deal with. So my hope is that by the end of this video, you have a newfound awareness of these mindsets so you can take back control and save yourself a whole lot of money. So I'm going to jump right in and explain to you these two mindsets that could be leading you to collecting more, to keeping more, and to wasting a lot of money. The first of these mindsets is the need for novelty. As humans, for some reason, maybe culturally, maybe it's socialized, maybe it's a little bit biological, we're attracted to things that are new, that are different. We're explorers. We want to experience new things. New things are exciting. They interest us. And quite often we're socialized to want new specifically in the category of stuff. When we get a new blazer or a new t-shirt and somebody comments on it, we feel amazing. We feel like, hey, this was a good choice. I'm glad I purchased that. I can acknowledge I am a total sucker for this. I don't know how many times I've bought the same white t-shirt in a slightly different version just to find the perfect version of the white t-shirt. I can't tell you how many times I've purchased a pair of jeans hoping that suddenly I'd find the comfy pair that I've always dreamed of. It's also kind of like, when you first get a job, you're excited for it, you're honored for the opportunity, there's something about the job that appeals to you and you're just really revved up for it, but then maybe 2-3 years into the job, you're just not as excited anymore. Well, I think it's just a natural human thing that we want to experience more, we're attracted to things that are new, and it's hard to feel just truly content with what is. But the thing is, if we feel a little bit more content with what is, we might not be going out there constantly seeking for something new, and we might actually enjoy ourselves more. The second mindset is the scarcity mindset. A lot of us have heard this term before, but I want to break it down for you in a way that you can understand why, even though you feel like it might be saving you money, it might actually be leading you to spend a lot of money and waste a lot of money. Often a scarcity mindset originates from a genuine need for more financial support. Maybe you went through a hard financial time in the past or you're currently going through one, but either way, lived experiences of struggling in having enough money to take care of yourself leads you to feel like that could always happen again. And it can almost trigger this kind of fight or flight type reaction where you feel like you need to act quickly and you need to act on impulse. I will acknowledge that the term fight or flight is often thrown around willy-nilly, but I do think that there is something to this enhanced feeling of anxiety, of kind of being on edge, especially when we go out shopping, that leads us to behave in ways that are different from our core values. The scarcity mindset leads us to want to feel in control and using stuff to feel in control so that we can feel safe and relax. And when we do have a little bit of money in the bank account, we want to spend it because we don't know if we'll have that later in order to gather the things that will make us feel safe. So when we go to a store and we buy in bulk or we buy excessively, we're doing it to sort of prep for the future. Sometimes I find this playing out even though in stuff I don't really need, even like clothing items. I'll see on a website it says there are only 3 left of this size and this color, and I wonder, will this be my only chance to buy it, especially if it's on sale? Sales make me feel like this is my chance. I won't be able to afford it in the future if I don't get it now. Or even if I find the dream version of an item, I feel like, well, I will never be able to find this dream version again, especially in a price range that I can maybe manage right now. And I buy something because I think it's my one chance. I think I won't have the opportunity in the future to achieve obtaining this thing. The sad part of it is that products will always be out there. And let's be honest, as time passes and technology improves, so do products. And so this idea that we can only get things now, it's our only chance, it's our only opportunity for a sale, is simply untrue. And we're kidding ourselves, we're lying to ourselves. And these advertisers are tricking us into spending our hard-earned money, even sometimes when we don't have that much of it. But it's that feeling of, I don't know if I'm going to be secure in the future. And so my best way to feel secure is to collect, to have the things now at my home so I'm all ready. Even if I lose all my money, I have my stuff. When really that leads us to spend more money and leads to more financial insecurity in the long run. The problem is too, the more we collect, the more we essentially have to pay rent for our belongings. That is real square footage, and that is another cost. Essentially, the more stuff we have, the more closets we need, the more storage spaces, the bigger the rooms we need because we need to fit all the stuff in the rooms, and when you have a smaller room and it's crammed with stuff, you feel like your room's too small. So this scarcity mindset leads us to collect because we feel insecure, but then what it leaves us with is chaos, a headache, and a lack of organization. We also are left with less money. So how do we deal with them? How do we overcome these mindsets? Well, the first strategy I'm already starting to help you with, which is to become aware of these mindsets and all the traps that these mindsets lay for us. The more we are aware that when we're wanting to buy something, it's simply because we have this craving for novelty, or the more we go into a big box store and all these sales telling you can buy one, get one free, or this is your one chance for this sale opportunity, the more we can be aware of the scarcity mindset and that need for something new, the more we can take back control, and our behaviors don't need to be driven by these ingrained mindsets. Just because we have a mindset, just because we have a thought, does not mean it is true or it is right. I think so often collecting and buying is such an automatic process, especially this day and age when you can do it in the comfort of your own home on your phone, that it's hard to take back control, and we just follow the script of throwing something in our carts, purchasing it, and going on our merry way. But that can lead to a huge financial toll, and just slowing down that process, bringing to mind your awareness of these two mindsets before you make any decisions like that, can make a huge difference. I do think part of bringing awareness also to these mindsets is just kind of paying attention to your own assumptions and what happens when you see an offer for a sale or when you see a product you like. You can see how you're falling into these traps. I know as I've looked at myself more and more, I see myself falling into these mindsets over and over again. But the more I pay attention to it, the more aware I am. The second way we can overcome these thought traps is to declutter. The more we declutter, the more we become aware of the past mistakes we've made. We can acknowledge, wow, I bought this for novelty's sake, but I never used it, not even once. Or we can see how much stuff is packed away in storage that we thought we would need or we would use in the future, but never really did, or at least could never find when we needed it. On top of that, decluttering can be unpleasant. You experience some emotional and physical pain when you're going through all this stuff. It's difficult. But by experiencing that discomfort, the next time you go to the store and are tempted to buy something, you think, I don't want to have to declutter this later. You realize I'm about to spend money to make my life more difficult in the future because I'm going to have to go back and declutter and deal with this later. And you're just less interested in buying. So if you're willing to take the time and do the work of decluttering, you can see a huge impact on how you react to these automatic mindsets. On top of that, the more you declutter and are aware of what you actually have in your home, the less likely you are to purchase based just on scarcity mindset because you're actually aware of what you have. You're not worried, oh, do I have this at home? I better buy it in case I don't. You know your inventory. You know what's logged away in the basement. You know what you need. A third strategy for overcoming these mindsets is regular practice of savoring and appreciation. Basically, the more I've been intentional about taking small moments to just enjoy what I have, to practice gratitude, to say in the moment, oh, I really love this mug I bought, the less I feel the need to make a change, to get something new. The more I can enjoy what I already have, the less I'm in want. As you encounter belongings, as you encounter situations or experiences that you enjoy, make a mental note of it. Take a moment and actually ask yourself, how does this thing or experience make me feel? And savor that feeling. Take a moment to just sink in and enjoy it. And I gotta admit, sometimes it feels weird to be practicing gratitude about physical objects. Like, I start to feel as though maybe I'm a little superficial for just savoring the fact that I love this blouse. But the reality is that we do enjoy physical stuff. That's what drives that itch for something new. And so if we just accept that sometimes we like physical objects, it's just the way maybe we're wired or something, and instead of expending that energy on new stuff, we expend that energy and enjoyment of stuff on stuff we already have, we just won't need as much stuff, or at least new stuff. Once we become aware of these mindsets and take some steps to take back control, we can eventually feel a lot more in control. We can feel like we're in the driver's seat. We can save a whole lot of money and feel happier in the long run. Anyway, if on any level you enjoyed this video, I would love it if you would take the time to hit the thumbs up button. It is an excellent way to support this channel. And if you want to see more content on minimalism, on simple living, on building an empowering mindset and taking back control in your life, then hit the subscribe button below. I have a long backlog of videos that are just sitting there waiting for you, as well as new videos coming out all the time. So don't hesitate to join this community and follow along. Anyway, thank you so much for spending this little bit of time with me, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.